Many of them are going to be starting without the fans, so it'll be made for television, the good old days, made for television.
The rambling president of the United States.
In sports, we want to get our sports back. So importantly, these will be some separate calls.
Putting on a show for the masses.
It'll go that way, and then fans will start coming in. Maybe they'll be separated by 2 seats.
Defying health experts to wish a dream on his supporters.
We have to get our sports back. I'm tired of watching baseball games that are 14 years old.
Where did I hear this before?
I think people have been starved for content. We're watching like reruns from the early 2000s.
Clearly a mandated GOP talking point.
I haven't actually had too much time to watch. I would say maybe I watch one batter and then I get back to work.
Do you though, Mr. President?
A leaker inside Trump's White House just revealed tons of new details about Trump's workday. Over 60% of Trump's day in these schedules consists of what's not generally considered work, open time where Trump watches TV or lounges around. The White House has famously dubbed this executive time. Now, critics say if you were to discount even part of the executive time, that would leave Trump literally treating the presidency as a part-time 20-hour-a-week job.
So in actual work, Donald Trump addressed the media and informed the masses he is putting together a task force. A task force unlike any other. No, seriously. A task force that is sure to raise your eyebrows and leave you saying,
huh? What the heck was he talking about?
The starting lineup for your sports task force thing.
The NBA, Adam Silver. The Major League Baseball, Rob Manfred, thank you very much. NFL, Roger Goodell, thank you, Roger. UFC, Dana White, great Dana White. WWE, the great Vince McMahon. NASCAR, Lisa Kennedy, thank you, Lisa. NHL, Gary Bettman. From the New England Patriots, Bob Kraft. Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones. Dallas Mavericks, Mark Cuban.
Give it up for the sports task force who will undoubtedly try to force his hand to return prematurely and put everyone in grave danger.
The NBA, Adam Silver.
Notice how Trump ad-libs on the names he likes.
Great Dana White. The great Vince McMahon.
It's like Shiv, Kendall, and Roman all competing for Logan's praise. Who should Trump task with sports returning?
The one thing I am confident in, so let's take this to the bank, that mitigation works.
It's Dr. Anthony Fauci, director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. Don't overthink it.
Keep it up.
Not this guy, for example, Vince McMahon, who Trump tapped to advise him on the freaking economy, married to wife Linda after serving in Trump's administration, is running a pro-Trump super PAC that donated nearly $20 million to the state of Florida, so in turn, the WWE can be deemed an essential biz and continue to operate. Nah.
See, that's what I was worried about.
Not this guy either. Roger Goodell of the NFL, a Trump loyalist who was influenced by the president per one owner's deposition. And even this hypocrite.
We don't need to touch politics. We don't need to touch politicians. We need to be the respite getting away from all of that.
Yet here he is on the sports task force, not just touching, but philandering politics all over. Jones, who donated $1 million to Donald Trump's campaign and once echoed the president saying, if you do not honor and stand for the flag, then you won't play, for his team, used the office of the presidency to advise him on what he believed would be good for the country and good for the sport. In turn, NFL owners voted to mandate players on the field stand for the national anthem. Not Dana White, who once said,
say what you want about him. The guy saw this thing coming, was into it, and gave us our first shot, and you'll never hear me say anything bad about Trump.
Who bends the knee to the president at every turn, the kind of man Trump loves for seeing him as emperor, not a man sworn in to serve us. Just take a look at the list. Do you notice something? Anything at all? Yes, they are all powerful people in the sports world. Yes, they vary from different sports. Let's point out the obvious. First, it's an all-white group. Surprise, surprise. Second, as Zyron wrote, there's nobody from the major sports unions on this advisory board. No Michelle Roberts of the NBPA. No DeMarie Smith from the NFLPA. No Tony Clark from the MLBPA. No Don Fear from the NHLPA. In other words, the very people charged with helping to maintain the health and safety of the athletes are shut out of this all-important decision. Essentially, this is having a negotiation with one side not even getting an invite to the table. It's a sad state of affairs. It's also reflective in Trump's ideals. Bottom line, money making, revenue only, screw the well-being of the players, screw the well-being of the team staff. In the words of Ivan Drago, if he dies, he dies. If you'd like to hear more thought-provoking content like TYT Sports on Facebook and to help in my journey to keep media independent, go to tyt.com/Rick.